So you want to get the golden hour glow effect in your paintings. I'm assuming you do because you clicked on this video. Well, you've come to the right channel. My name is Kempter, and today I'm going to be showing you how to get that golden hour effect. You know, the part of the day that you take all your beach photos in, and also the part of the day that lasts for a grand total of about 24 seconds, especially if you're trying to film a music video. Go check out our music channel, the Kempter Duet, and subscribe! Anyway, I'm going to be showing you how to get that golden hour glow effect in your paintings. Let's do it. Let's break this down into 3 levels, because I have to do something to keep the retention rate up on this video. Level 1 will be the basic steps of building your color palette and the foundation correctly. Level 2 will be how to model and layer correctly on top of level 1, and level 3 is the part we all know and love, the detail stage. Level 1. This process is true no matter what you are painting, be it a landscape, portrait, or whatever you want to get this effect with. First, we have to make sure our canvas is painted with a bright, vibrant orange or yellow color that will show through the colors we are painting on top of it. Most people don't know that colors are transparent, unless you have tried to paint over the marker that you specifically told your 3-year-old not to paint on the wall with. I am using acrylic paint, and the colors we'll be using in this tutorial are violet, thick body acrylic black and white, yellow medium, yellow deep, and neon orange. A great thing to understand about layering is the base colors will show through all our top layers and affect the colors in a very subtle way. This is why the first colors we put down are so important. Now, just to be clear, you can still get this effect no matter what color you start with, but starting with the right base color will definitely give your painting a little more oomph and just might be the reason you become a multi-million-dollar artist. If that happens, I want my royalties. Now, regardless of what you are painting, a landscape, portrait, etc., the golden hour glow will be present. The angle of the sun is going to be very important to pay attention to in your painting. If you're using a reference photo, it will be very easy to see the angle of the sun. But if you are painting from your own concept drawing or sketch, figuring that out before you start painting is a great idea, because that will determine how you lay out the first stage. If the sun is coming in from the left of this photo, the shadow and glow will be on this side of the hay bale. If it is on the right side, it will be on the opposite side. And if it's in center, directly behind your subject, the glow will be all the way around. And your shadows will point away from the light source if it's visible in the painting. Just think of a line from the sun to your object, and the shadow will be facing away from the sun, right behind your object. And there's another phenomenon that comes into play in this third scenario. Take a look at these photos I got off Google of these giraffes. I chose these photos because they're awesome, and because you can see the silhouette phenomenon, which is something I literally made up while writing the script for this video. In the left photo, the giraffes are completely blacked out, creating a silhouette. On the right side, you can still see the giraffe's color. And that's basically it. I just thought that was interesting. And if you didn't, well, we can't be friends anymore. Now, on to level 2. Now that the foundation is correctly laid, we can start modeling our painting. As a side note, I tried using this Liquitex acrylic slow dry medium stuff, and it sucks. Like, I've had people tell me to try it, and it just doesn't work for me. So yeah, don't waste your time. Because our background is a color that will complement and show through our overcoats, it will be easier to get the final glow effect and color we are looking for. One thing to keep in mind is not to go full detail hobo on this stage. Never go full detail hobo. You are just modeling your painting closer to the final stage, not finishing it. By the way, don't pay attention to the hands in this example because they aren't very good at all. And this is probably not the time to tell you that I'm working on a how to draw hands tutorial. But for now, just ignore them because that's not the point of this video. So now that we have level 2 basically done, we are ready for level 3. Level 2 is actually a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. We have finally arrived at every artist's favorite part of the painting, the details. But I have bad news for you. Unless you did the first 2 stages right, this last stage is not going to look as good as it could. So if you skip to the end, you should probably start the video over from the beginning and watch it all the way through this time. And give the video a like while you're at it. And subscribe. But assuming you did the first 2 stages right, we can now move on to level 3. Like how I changed shirts? I took a shower. I smell a lot better too. Like I mentioned earlier, most colors, even opaque ones like black and white, are transparent to a point. If you have a thin coat that you come over the top of the model stage with, that undercoat will show through and complement your final layers. Now, you might not have noticed this, but in levels 1 and 2, I stayed away from the top of my tonal range, the value or brightness of my colors. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to do a study in color theory, which is a video that I'm going to be doing in the future. That way I can now put in the highlights with my brightest colors and not have my background colors too close in brightness and value, therefore ruining the effect we are going for. Now after we put all the other details in, adjusting our artistic lens so that our painting is coming into focus, we can now start putting the glow effect in. If you look at all these examples, the thing they all have in common is a color halo around the pure white. Take a lightsaber for instance. Hello there. If you look at the center, it's pure white, no color at all. The color is in the afterglow or halo of the blade. This is the same thing with most all street lights, the sun, neon signs, etc. So if we take that principle and apply it to our paintings, we can now get this effect. Depending on how much width or spread you want your glow to have will determine where you start fading in your colors. In my example, the afterglow spread is very small, but the hair strands, the frizzies, are acting as my afterglow and getting the effect for me. Because I have small strands of pure white coming off my main white halo and reducing in size as they extend, it is tricking the eye into thinking there is a bigger glow there than there actually is. Now there's another trick that you need to know about. The sun is coming in from the right side of the painting, casting a glare over the black jacket closest to the sun. That means the black paint you are putting down on the right side of the hoodie will be lighter than down at the bottom. It will be a subtle thing, but it will complete the glow effect and tie your painting together. And you can also help your glow effect by making a clear distinction between what is in the sun and what is not. The color value and saturation on the grass behind my subject is helping to differentiate between the parts in the sun and the parts of the painting that are in the shade. And as a bonus, you can add some lens flares if you want. This will add a little bit more drama and accentuate the effect a little bit. And that's it for this tutorial. I really hope this is helpful to you guys. If you want to see any of my existing art or prints, go to my website, chriskempter.com. The link is in the description. Comment below if you want me to make any other tutorials on a certain subject you are struggling with. If you need help or any suggestions with a piece that you're working on, join the Discord. The link is in the description. I try to respond to anybody who asks me questions on my Discord. That's what it's there for. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.